I would like at this moment to introduce a mother, a resident of the district, who wants to see change, who wants to see this district take the right course. She's climbing up the ladder now. Help me welcome Marybeth Luna.
That was probably harder than what this speech is going to be, I would think. Thank you for having me here today. I was thinking about this the other night. I was home. Actually, I was rushing home to get to daycare to get my kids before it closed. That day I was late. My parents picked them up for me. I brought them home, and I did the same routine that most parents probably do. I rushed to get dinner done. Not going to lie, it was probably chicken nuggets. Got dinner on the table, got them in their baths, and then got them upstairs for stories. And that night, this was a couple nights ago, my son, my 2-year-old, wanted me and my 4-month-old to lay down next to his bed, which he does on a regular occasion, unfortunately. So all three of us laid down, and we read a story, and they fell asleep. And just like I think any mother or father or grandparent would do, these two babies are sleeping. You're going to watch them sleep because there's nothing more precious than watching babies sleep. So I was watching them sleep, and I started thinking about how blessed we were, how blessed my husband and I are for having these two kids, how blessed we are for our family, for the community that we live in, and how lucky we are. But then I started to think about how quickly that could all change. The health care that we enjoy, that a couple weeks ago, my son and daughter were both sick. I was able to call the doctor at 9 a.m., get them in, get them their medicine. They were better by the next day. Just being able to pay our bills, and with a tight budget, utility bills possibly go up. That's going to change a lot of things for a lot of families. And then national security, just worried about whether they're going to be safe in the next 5 years. So those are the things that started going through my head. And then I realized, I'm a resident of this district. I grew up in the district. My parents grew up in the district. My in-laws, my husband, all grew up in this district. I want my kids to grow up in this district. It's very important to me. But I feel like, I don't know if you feel this way, I feel like we were taken advantage of. Somebody came into the district to represent us because they knew that this was a Democrat-leaning district and it would be an easy win. And you know what? It was an easy win. And I kind of blame myself for that. We let that happen. Maybe not people here probably fought it then, but I know a lot of people let it happen. But we don't have to let it happen again. We can make that change. We need somebody who is going to come and listen to the people of the district, listen to what their priorities are, not be afraid to talk about the issues, find out what is important to us, and then go back and fight in D.C. for what is important to us. We need somebody who recognizes legislation like the cap and trade legislation that's going to be negatively impact the Midwest, goes and fights against that stuff and not vote for it and basically represent the people from California, not the people from this district. That legislation could increase our utility bills, and it could put people out of business, as MacArthur's have stated. It's bad legislation, and it's something that shouldn't have been voted for by somebody who represents us in this district. I asked to come here today because Ed is the right person for this job. If we want somebody who will listen to us, who's going to fight for us, Ed's that person. I've known Ed for 10 years, and he has been a loyal friend to me. He's been a loyal friend to my family. I think if you asked any of his friends, they would all say the same thing. He's a good person. He's passionate about the issues. He's going to come and listen to people, and then he's going to go and fight for what they want. And he's the right person for it. So I want to thank Ed for taking on this responsibility. I want to thank his wife, Carol, in advance, and their family for the sacrifices they're going to have to make this next year. And then I want to ask you two things. One, I want you to remember this next year what this is about. We need somebody who's going to represent us, who's in touch with what's going on in the district, who's going to come back to the district and listen to the people here, and then is going to go and fight for what's right for us. So remember that. And the second thing I want you to do is I want you to invite Ed to come meet your friends and your families. I want you to let him talk to them, hear what's important to them, and I want you to hear what he has to say. Because I'm sure, I promise you, you're going to like it. And if you do, I want you to join me in helping to support Ed in this race so that he can win and be our representative for this district. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marybeth.